not start streaming. Okay, we're good. We're not streaming.
Gonna replace, Jesus. Gonna replace all my posters and decorations with soundproof mats.
Okay.
I have had.
Is this for
really hot in my
podcasting
room
or
all the
for
time.
I don't know if I'm podcasting or just having a conversation with you right now. So I guess this is Goblincast live on the air.
No, we
Tisn't.
can't. That can't. No.
Okay. All right. That's a good way to start the podcast is to be natural, right?
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean,
What?
what's
Ben, go
more
ahead. Go ahead.
natural?
No.
Stop
Ben,
talking
elaborate.
about my
Elaborate
penis,
on
even though I'm the
your
one that keeps doing it.
discontented side. Go ahead.
I mean, listen,
already said.
Ben.
What, Ben?
Just if your penis weren't such an interesting topic of conversation.
Wait, why is
Nobody's
Ben
ever
trying to
seen
talk
it,
about
yeah.
his penis? Where did I missed this part?
It's 'cause
Oh,
Evie asked if
I
the mats
asked
were
him
for-
if the soundproofing mats were for podcasting or masturbating. And he said both.
Speaking of Ben's penis,
No.
I found a penis name generator, and Evie, your
A
penis
what?
is named Pleasure Gun.
What
It is
information
shooting blanks
does
though,
the
so watch
generator
out.
require?
The first letter of your first name and the first letter of your last name.
All right, bro, hit me up.
Yours is Pleasure Tool.
That's less fun than mine.
Yeah, but it's
It's a lot more
dangerous.
utilitarian.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, me next.
I don't need mine to be utilitarian. I
Jenica,
need
yours
the goddamn
is,
job done and quickly.
Jenica, I know you well enough to know that you are going to adore this.
Yeah.
Jenica, your penis is a Man Destroyer.
Excellent. God, that's
I really
good.
thought you were gonna say you didn't know her last name.
Oh, it's very good.
I am a good friend. God damn it.
Weird, can't relate.
Yeah, Ben doesn't actually even know any of our first names.
Well, Ben's is called Hard Flute, so.
Accurate.
Makes a lot of noise. Doesn't do
Musical.
much else.
Oh.
In my experience, that is.
Wait,
an
how
accurate
much
name for
noise
Ben's
does it-
penis.
How much noise could it possibly make?
Well, it's a flute, so.
It's a flute noise.
I'm gonna do some ASMR for you guys. Everybody
Should
be
we
really
do a little
quiet. and
ASMR?
Tell me if you guys can hear what I'm about to do, okay?
Yeah.
She blows out her mic a bunch.
Okay.
You guys hear
So the
that?
answer is no.
Alright, well that was the
I heard you,
very
like,
muted.
Like running your fingers over your mic while blowing on it, or whatever
No,
that was.
that's the very muted sounds of me ripping open a fucking pixie stick.
All right, here.
God damn it.
Here, let me do it. Let me do a little ASMR, okay?
God, I want to fix this.
Come get one. I got 2 whole bags. Is that a chick?
How is that? Was that good ASMR? Or...
Was that
Bad podcast content, I can tell you.
were
that
you
much.
crunching? Were you crunching a potato chip?
I was crunching a water bottle.
Oh, shit. I wish I had a can of soda because that's prime ASMR. Just like
Oh.
click.
Yeah, we
I've
don't
got
have
an
a
open
bag
can
to
of
put
soda,
over the
so let
top
me
of
give
the-
you one of these.
Oh, let me hear the bubbles. I can't hear them.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Oh, man.
I was just doing a slurp.
Damn it! I wanted to
I'm
put
guess
those
I'm glad we
bubbles
didn't
real
hear it.
close to the microphone. I
This
want to
is
hear the
really
bubbles.
just not great.
We're not podcasting right now, Ben. We're being
We're not?
friends.
I thought that we had the intro. Oh
No, what intro?
my god.
I said it one time, and you all were like, "Nah, not good enough," and I was like, "Fair."
Talking about Ben's penis.
So anyway, this is Goblincast live on the air. Hi, I'm Chris.
Ugh. It just keeps
I
getting
refuse.
worse.
I refuse.
Oh god.
All right, I'm just listen. I think we're warmed up. Okay.
I think we gotta be nicer to Ben.
Yeah.
No.
I don't.
If you're nice to me, we lose all the comedy. If I'm nice
What?
to you, we lose all the comedy.
Wow.
Ben and I have a strong relationship of being absolute bastards to each other.
Hey,
But
Chris.
maybe we.
So I'm not gonna do this because I'm telling you now. But I've been talking with Evie.
No,
over the last
don't
few days,
tell
and it
him!
would be
No,
I
it's
just
gonna
thought
be
it would
so
be
funny.
fucking
Don't tell
hilarious.
him.
at your wedding to give you a
Don't.
gift, which I will have to do anyway. It's your wedding. And give you. It's just gonna be a little square box. With some wrapping paper on it. It's gonna be the wrong wrapping paper. You know, it's gonna say like "Happy First Birthday" or some shit. I'm gonna hand it to you, and I'm gonna be like, "This is because I'm in your groom's party, and it's something that I know you don't have. You're gonna open it up, and I'm
Winter
gonna make you
themed
open it up
wedding.
there.
It can't be winter themed wrapping paper. It's got to be even worse.
And I'm gonna make you open it up right there at your wedding in front of me. And it's gonna be your copy of Digimon World
You son of a bitch.
that I forced
See-
you to give me around a year ago.
Yeah.
See, I told Ben.
You did.
I told Ben that what I'm
you
gonna
play it?
do.
No,
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, Chris-
no, it's been
Chris,
sitting in the
I-
box with the rest of the old games that I don't
Son
pull
of a
out.
I told
bitch.
Ben what I'm gonna
Just
do
owning
is pickpocket your wallet the morning of your wedding and give that to you as a gift.
Ben tried
Oh,
to get me
God.
to give him my copy of Digimon World 3, but two things. One, couldn't find it. Two, I wasn't gonna give it to him anyway.
You're a bastard. This is Goblincast live on the air.
We already did that.
I'm not
haven't
sure if we
introduced
have
ourselves.
actually. I really can't
I'm
tell
Ben.
anymore.
It's very difficult to tell.
I don't know
We're
how
all
many.
this is just gonna be an episode wherein each of us says that and then their name,
So
and nobody else picks it up.
At
I'm
this
still
point-
Chris.
at this point,
Damn
I'm
it, you
not
ruined the
sure
I'm
how many
confused.
layers deep into a podcast we are. This is kind of our
At
inception.
least 2.
It is. It is
We have to
definitely
keep reminding
our,
people what they're
our
listening to.
inception. Oh, I spilled my pixie stick.
Oh
No.
no. Well, you can mop it up with your soggy coffee socks.
Welcome to
Well,
Goblincast
now,
Live
now
on the Air.
you've
My
got it.
name's
Now
Eddie.
you've got
What is this,
a
the
big
eighth?
fucking idea. All right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm
Coffee
good.
over
Okay,
here.
I spilled my
Over
pixie
everything.
stick. I'm mopping it up with my coffee socks. This is Goblincast Live on the Air. I'm Tom Hardy.
Are you?
What?
He's in Inception.
Oh my
He is?
God.
Yeah, it's true.
Where are we? Who am I? What day is it?
You're Leonardo.
You're Jean Valjean. But
Hold
Who
on.
am
Who
I?
am I? Can I
Can I be Javert?
and I'm
No, I
Javert.
want to be Javert.
Oh, it's too late. Eddie Ben Javert.
Do not
Man.
forget my
I'm-
name.
It's Javert. I
I'm
won't.
Gavroche.
Do not forget me.
That's right, Evie.
Can I be the barricade then?
You feel a little
Sure.
victimized.
That's my
Bears?
that's my next favorite character. Number 1, Javert. Number 2, the barricade.
Mm.
All
You know, I was
right. I
actually
mean,
in Les
hot
Mis once.
fucking take.
You were in Les
I was-
Mis?
I was in Les Mis when
Who
I
were
was
you?
12.
Were you
I was
Javert?
a
Were
street
you
whore.
Javert?
Did
I,
was
you
a
I
ever
missed
be
that because I
Javert?
was singing about Javert.
Yeah, I was a prostitute.
Oh, nice.
And if you follow our OnlyFans,
And
you
then-
can.
So then
Yeah, but what about the musical?
that was the joke I was gonna make. Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh. All right. Ha ha.
Ah.
It's very funny because of all of us, I am a
The
very
closest to a prostitute. What are you
Just
saying
to-
right now?
Just to make it clear to the audience, we are sex worker positive in this house.
We
okay,
are.
we can
It's
continue
just
making
funny
jokes now.
Actually,
In real life-
I'm
in real life, I've
actually
never
my
kissed
house
anyone.
is sex worker negative. There aren't any sex workers here.
Mm.
Okay.
We tested him.
We tested negative for sex workers here.
All right.
But we did test positive for flu A and B. So watch out.
It somehow has feline leukemia.
The
Aw,
house?
Yeah, the house.
I can't
It's
believe
very
that there's
strange.
parvovirus in the
It turns
walls.
out
What do we do?
we've been living in a large cat this entire time.
The Alaskan bullworm.
Guys, what are we having a conversation about right now?
Fucking
This is
everything
supposed
and
to
nothing all at
This
once.
is
This
supposed
is
to be
Goblincast live on the air.
podcast.
I think
This
this,
is a
is
podcast.
shaping
We've
up.
announced it like 8 times.
I think this is shaping up to be the best episode we've ever recorded.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
yeah.
There's a lot of like,
Energy?
dead air in the
No,
middle.
I
listen,
think the
listen.
energy that we're bringing is immaculate this evening.
Listen, I thought this
The
was our
volume
is
Inception, but this might be
pure
our
chaos.
this might be our Interstellar, overly complex and ultimately disappointing.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I'm not
I
gonna make the
hated
dick joke,
Interstellar.
but it's Chris's dick.
What,
You
overly
just did it!
complex
You
and
made
ultimately
the
Complex
disappointing?
about it.
Overly complex and ultimately disappointing.
Does it have like a second
You
bend?
told
me
I don't know.
I can get you a
Complicated.
a
Aaron
signed
disagrees.
affidavit right fucking now
From
that
the
it's
6th
not.
member of our
Sir.
podcast
But you
who's
know
never
what?
on it.
You want to know
Listen.
something about Interstellar? It may have been disappointing, but it did win an Academy Award.
Yeah, but
Like my
you
dick.
know, Who cares about the Academy Awards?
Absolutely nobody. Nobody gives a shit about those old, outdated
Listen,
pieces of
here's
metal.
how you
huh?
here's how you know that the Academy Awards don't matter, okay?
Have you ever seen the King's
Shut the
Speech?
fuck up.
Yes.
Here's how you know the Academy Awards don't matter. Crash won Best Picture. The Academy, they looked at all the pictures, apparently, allegedly, and they were like, the best one this year? Crash. That's the best picture. Crash is one of the worst goddamn movies I've ever seen in my life,
Oh,
okay?
God.
Have y'all seen Crash?
No.
No.
It's fucking terrible, okay?
I
No,
could imagine.
it's boring and it's poorly written and it's full of stereotypes while purporting to be like a positive, like, oh, you know, we need to not be prejudiced kind of message. Is the movie's message is like prejudice bad, but it's just filled with stereotypes and nobody noticed because, oh, well, the theme is to not be prejudiced, and it's like, well, it's kind of enforcing the prejudices.
Yeah. Well, speaking of stereotypes and prejudices, y'all hear that supernatural news?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
The angel said he was gay and that he loved another main character. That main character said, "Don't do this," and then the angel died and went
Well,
to
what
mega
the-
hell.
Yeah, what the main character, what the straight homophobic main character said back was, I'm actually at the Kia summer sales event right now. Please leave a message.
All right, let's.
He wanted to say a slur so bad you could see it in his eyes.
Well, apparently, like, not to give him credit, but to give him credit, apparently they had him act to a wall. They didn't know they didn't tell him what Cass was saying to him. Just that he
They
was saying
couldn't
goodbye.
because then he would have said a slur.
Would he have?
Wait, are you saying
He's
that the
had
actor
listen,
is
I've been keeping up with this.
homophobic?
And he's like,
Yeah.
that's what people that's like the hot news right now is he homophobic or was it just a bad
Well,
directorial call?
I mean,
Because
that
like
news
his
was
bar has
around back
hosted
in
Pride
like.
Night.
One second, because
Well, but also like
unless
back
you're
in.
telling
I mean,
me that the lines in this show are ad-libbed, then wouldn't it be the writer we should be looking at, not the actor?
Oh, the
Because,
scene was
I mean-
not well written.
No,
No.
I
But
understand
we're
that.
looking at the
I know the
actor's
scene wasn't
facial
well written
expression.
because it's a
Like,
scene
why
in
did-
Supernatural.
Yeah, but it's like, why did the directors feel the need to have him act to a wall and not tell him that this was
Yeah.
happening?
but
and
also like
partly People
he's
say, I
made
don't know,
a lot of
it's like
comments the
complicated.
years where
Yeah,
he never like outwardly said anything homophobic, but if anybody ever asked him any questions regarding gay representation on the show, he would
But that's
ignore
part of
them
it.
or leave the room or ask them to shut up or tell
I
them to
did
not.
see.
And this is a direct quote, "Don't ruin this for everyone."
Yeah,
And this was before
I did
anyone
see
even
some stuff where like
anything specific. They
Yeah.
just a question asker at a panel mentioned the word subtext, and he said, "I know what your question's going to be. Don't ruin this for everyone."
Yeah,
Mm.
I have seen some things where he's talked about it and like he has said like he doesn't feel comfortable talking about Destiel because it's him and a male coworker and like people took it too far, too
Yeah,
fast.
and
so now
I do agree that people
it-
were
that's very uncomfortable, where,
absolutely
like,
buck wild,
they sent
nasty
him-
about it.
like porn fan fiction about him and his coworker to his
Oh,
like
People
personal,
were like
you know what I
full
mean? Like
on
it's gone too far.
disgusting and boundary crossing 100%. Fans
So it's one of
were
those where
like
I'm
that
not like,
and should never have been. But
yeah,
it's a thing that
it's
paints
a tricky one
a
because it's like,
picture,
is he uncomfortable with this because of the
Right.
history
Well-
of people literally sending him fan fictions
Right.
about
But it's
himself
also
and his male
like-
coworker, and not
it's
just
a
in
thing
the
you can make a
in the
statement
show.
about.
Yeah,
You
not just
can
in the show and the
say,
character, but
I
like people
support
send,
representation, but I don't support people sending me personal messages about it.
right.
Right?
But it's
Like,
at
because
what
there's a
point, I don't
difference
know.
between receiving a personal message and speaking publicly on a panel about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
show that so that's
That's
what
fair.
paints that kind of picture for me.
Yeah, it's one of the, but it's like after 15 years of people,
Oh, it's gotta be
not respecting your
exhausting.
boundaries, like
It's gotta
I
be
don't know.
horrible.
I don't want to
can't
make
even
excuses
imagine.
if he is homophobic because that's
No,
not
but
okay.
it is,
also,
we
it's a
look
trickier
at the whole picture here, yeah.
Yeah, and like people sent it like not just for the characters in the show, but like Jensen and Nisha, like the actors had
Yeah,
fan
which
fiction,
is
like explicit fan fiction about themselves, which like would also make me uncomfortable. I wouldn't want that brought up
oh, completely.
at
But I
panels,
also
and I'd
feel
probably
like
just,
as
at
a
some point,
celebrity, as someone with a public persona, you have the ability to make direct and specific statements. And when people allege that you're homophobic, you could say, well, no, I'm not. I just don't appreciate the way this is brought up.
So
fair enough.
Right? Like that statement could be made and never is.
And I don't know if he did or not. I've not.
As far as
I'm
I've
an old
seen.
Supernatural
at the
fan.
same time, though,
Like
right?
catching up the fringes of this.
I could understand being in a position where, like, where if I'm a person who I am a person who is not homophobic, but in a situation where if I'm a person who's not homophobic and I've never done anything homophobic, and then people are saying that I am, where I'm like, no, I shouldn't have to clarify that I'm not. It's obvious that I'm not. You know what I mean? I could see someone being in that position. You know?
I could, but I think it's a little different knowing that like there's an audience that is hanging on your every word in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it can go a long way to be explicit. And I think that while maybe nothing wrong was done in his eyes, it was very clear that
Yeah, I don't know anything about anything. I watched some of Supernatural. I watched 7, 8 seasons of it. The first
like
5.
Yeah, that does count as some.
The first 5. Well, there's like 17 or something, right? Like the first
too
5.
fucking many.
It's the last.
The first 5.
Like too fucking many of them.
The first 5 were pretty good.
The first 5 were pretty good, and then it should have ended.
And then season 6 was a lot less good.
It's horrible.
I was like, well, that was a lot less good, but I still like the characters, so I'll check out the next season. And it was still not good. I think I did watch. I think I might have watched 8. I'm not really sure how many I watched.
I tapped out.
It came to a point where
7?
I was like, yeah, this is not gonna get better. You know, it suffered a lot from.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna take a
what
turn
season.
from. I'm gonna take a term from gaming. It suffered a lot from power creep.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Where it was
so it's when things get like
over time
progressively stronger over time because
So like the idea in gaming is like, oh, we have a new, character or a new card or whatever coming out, and if it's just as strong as the old stuff, there's no incentive for people to buy it and use it. So we have to make it just a little bit stronger. And then so all that incremental, it's the power creeping up. So if you look from now to 10 years in the past, it's a drastic change, but over time it was slow.
The big bad always has to be badder than the
last one, yeah.
And I think the biggest issue with that in Supernatural is that they planned for the show to be over at season 5, basically. They set up an ending, and that was it. And everything that happened after that, like, they had to keep upping the ante, but it was never planned for. So it was never set up for in prior seasons. And that's what started to make it feel very inorganic.
Well,
whereas the ramping up in the first few seasons felt like a natural progression of we're like small time hunters and now we're dealing with something bigger.
Yeah. The other thing as well is the first 5 seasons of the show build up to, this apocalyptic event that they, are trying to stop. They stop it. You might have guessed by the fact that there's way more show. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert from a show that started in like 2005. So we spent 5 seasons building up to like this apocalyptic event, right? And then the next season is like, oh, Apocalypse 2, and then they stop it by the end of the season, And then the next season is like, all right, it's another apocalypse, but also heaven is going to get apocalypsed. And it's like Jesus Christ, guys,
Yeah.
oh, this time
I
the
also
villain.
like-
This time the villain is God, and it's like, what the
I-
fuck? Like, how are they
I
gonna stop
very
God?
vaguely-
Like,
I very vaguely remember an episode where, and I don't think I watched this episode. I think it was after I had like tapped out, and I didn't like tap out for any particular reason. It just kind of stopped catching my interest as much. But I was told by some friends who were still watching the show at this time that they released an episode that basically just made fun of their fans. Like,
mean,
there was an
to
episode
be
that
fair,
took place
you
at
know,
a...
I
No,
would
no, no,
make
no, no.
fun of the Supernatural fan base.
You gotta let me finish. I agree that
I was just
and
kidding. I
I'm
was just kidding.
speaking as no, I was speaking
I mean,
as a
I
former
was and I wasn't.
they should be made fun of. But it was like instead of like calling out like the over intense fans and making a parody of that, from what I understand, and again, I didn't watch the episode and this is secondhand, but from what I understand, it was painting anyone who engaged with convention culture and fan fiction writing as being like perverted and disgusting and
Yeah.
socially inept.
There was a
Mhm.
lot of. I did watch that episode.
Wait,
and there was
Jenica,
a
I'm
lot
sorry.
of
Evie didn't
comments
get to
about
the bad
incest.
part yet. She was just saying things
In-
that were true.
Incest. That's the bad part.
I was just kidding.
But it's just like that's something that, like, in my humble little opinion,
Hmm.
you shouldn't do that. Like, as a show that was like already clearly starting to lose fans, literally releasing a canon episode where you make fun of your fan base, like, what the fuck were they thinking?
It's also
They're trying
it's
to
this
neg their
weird,
fan base. Keep
It's
their
this
Yeah.
weird thing where
like a douchebag at a bar.
Oh my god.
the writers of Supernatural, at least post the 5th season, somehow didn't realize that they were that Supernatural was a character-driven show, not a plot-driven show.
Yeah.
And so that's this,
And it had
this
to
is
be. It
going
was
back.
Monster of the Week for 4 seasons.
Yeah, this goes back to the power creep thing. So they're like, oh, it's okay, the apocalypse was last season, so this is the Leviathans. It's a super apocalypse. What are you talking about, dude?
God, I wish we could have a super apocalypse in real life.
So
Yeah.
there's
We're
one.
we're almost there, Evie.
I could really get behind that right now.
So there's one thing that I can
Hmm.
think of that had power creep beyond the original premise that did it well, and that's Dragon Ball.
Fuck. Dragon Ball is so good.
You just mean Dragon Ball, right? No
Well,
Z.
Dragon Ball into Z.
Oh, okay.
Dragon Ball is
Past
a
that,
fucking.
you don't have
is
to
the
worry about it,
fucking
but Dragon Ball
pinnacle
into Z,
media.
because Dragon Ball was a manga and then anime adaptation of the
Journey to the
classical,
West.
yeah, the classical literature Journey to the West. It had everything except it was kind of reimagined as a futuristic society where there were also dinosaurs. Shut up! Don't question it.
Yeah. There's
It was a long
dinosaurs,
time
character
ago in a
was Sun
galaxy far,
Wukong.
far away.
future technology, and an alien.
Yeah, the main
Excellent.
character was Sun Wukong, who happened to be an alien, whatever.
Yeah.
And Journey to the West has an ending,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and
I
Dragon
agree.
Ball was so popular, and the guy who made it, Akira Toriyama, had so much fun that they just decided not to go with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so they hit the last
Oh.
bit of Journey to the West and kept going.
They sure as shit did.
That's true.
And so more aliens showed up.
Excellent.
We're fucking 3 generations into this motherfucker. I'm talking
but I don't care
character
about like
generation.
GT or Super.
Oh,
I just
GT.
care about Z. It's
And
like
in Z, we were
if there
talking like
was
3
a TV
generations.
adaptation. Yeah, it's like if there was a TV adaptation of, say, Cinderella, and
Uh-huh.
after Cinderella marries the prince, a second, more evil and more powerful stepmother from space shows up to ruin her life again more
That's-
somehow.
Great.
But it's somehow good as shit.
But somehow it's fucking amazing because Cinderella was from space the whole time, and you forgot that fact.
And it's like it's like
And then the first evil stepmother comes back, and she's still kind of evil and raises Cinderella's kid to be a powerful warrior next to Cinderella.
Yeah, because the
never
first
gets less evil,
stepmother,
but
the
because
first stepmother
the
is
new
like,
villains are so
I'm.
much more evil, you don't mind.
Yeah, the first stepmother is like, well, you know, I obviously am still bad, but this new bad person's gonna destroy, you know, the whole kingdom. So I have to help stop them so that I can go back to being evil.
Right.
And then she never does.
She never goes back to
And
being
then, in
evil
fact,
because
not
she
the second
develops
stepmother.
she
Not the
develops
second stepmother,
feelings.
but the third one does that too.
Excellent.
I feel like a team up between Kevin from Home Alone and the Sticky Bandits.
Yo, my favorite part about Dragon Ball Z, by the way, is that Vegeta rolls up, right? Evil is sin, okay?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna destroy
you can
Earth.
see it all in the eyebrows, man.
Fuck Earth. I'm destroying this whole place, right? And he
Mood.
kills a bunch of people, right? I mean, he kills most of the Z fighters. You know, him and his boy
Kills
Nappa,
whole cities of civilians. He
right?
kills most of the main characters at least once.
Yeah,
Right.
Vegeta does
At
war
least.
Then
crop.
you know Goku defeats him, right? And then Vegeta he comes back on planet Namek, and he's like, you're like, oh, Vegeta's gonna team up with our boys. Nah, I'm still evil. Fuck y'all. Like right up until the boss fight, he's still evil, you know. And then he has to turn because you know Frieza, you know.
Yeah.
And then after all that shit, Bulma still picks him over Yamcha, and that's my favorite part of Dragon Ball
That's
Z.
ridiculous.
Well, she picked the interstellar prince who was like the third or fourth stepmother instead of picking the professional baseball player.
Yep,
Do you
Yamcha
remember that Yamcha was a professional baseball player
I didn't remember
What?
that. No.
only
in
good
canon?
thing Yamcha did after leaving baseball was die.
That's also
He did like 3 times. He died almost as much as Goku has.
Quite a lot of times.
apparently in Super. I haven't really checked it out. They like, you know, power up the Z fighters to matter again, which is kind of cool.
That's nice.
Of course.
Because they forgot to do that in GT.
Yeah, I mean they forgot to do it in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, well, because Goku had to go back to being the only character that could stand up to the threats.
Yeah, well,
And then his son
son
turned out to be
very,
the only character
very
that could stand
Brett
briefly.
shows up and Goku just goes, "Oh
It's so
shit, here we
weird
go
because
again."
you have this whole arc in Dragon Ball Z where it's like, Gohan is going to become the main character. The torch has been passed. And then there's like a season break and it's like, nope, Goku's the main character. Gohan sucks. He forgot to train.
He has to go be a scholar because
We
for
did
some
a-
reation scholars exist
Bro,
in
we-
this
we-
fancy future world.
We did a poll
I can't
and people like
believe
Goku way more, so sorry, Gohan.
I can't believe that Gohan rolls up like, "Hi, I'm the disappointing son. I mean, I'm still fucking shredded, but I'm the family disappointment." And then Goten shows up and he's like, "I'm going to fight things and nobody can stop me." It's like, you're like 6.
Mhm.
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Go
Have you
home.
ever met a 6-year-old?
Yeah.
All right,
But
fair.
the thing is that he joins.
This 6-year-old can kind of back it up. Like,
Yeah, a
and so
little
can
bit.
the other 6-year-old.
yep.
That they become a single person together.
They might be like 10.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a fusion technique.
Yeah, let me introduce to you
Okay.
Gotenks, my favorite character.
It's important to note that the other 6-year-old that he combines with is called Trunks because his mom is named Bloomer and their father
Oh,
I
no.
forget, but he's also named after underwear.
Oh
No.
god.
Vegeta?
No.
You mean
Bulma's
Trunks'
father.
grandfather?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's his name? I don't remember. But
But
yeah,
yeah, that
I don't
family
remember
line
either.
is named after
underwear.
Pants.
underwear,
Underwear?
just because Goku's family is named after vegetables.
Yes, they are. Yes,
because
the
his
fuck
name
they are.
isn't actually Goku, it's
It's Kakarot.
Kakarot, which has the word carrot in it. So his brother is named Raditz instead of Radish, and Vegeta is named Vegeta because it's a vegetable.
And he's the prince of he's
Oh
he's
my
the prince. So
God.
The
Yeah,
Prince
he's
of
the prince.
Vegetables.
he's Prince Vegetable, yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
none of the things that we're saying right now are jokes.
Well, they are, but they're also
Yes,
great.
they are.
They're also canon to
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
One of the
Wow.
most
These
influential works in
are all
anime
real.
to this day.
Real
Shows
Dragon
wild.
Ball Z facts.
Also, Gotenks really looks like someone's original character, not a character that's in the show, but it is a
Yeah,
character that's in the show.
Gotenks really looks like they pulled him off of DeviantArt, and the description was original character do not steal.
And they just
It's
stole
odd.
it.
It's so odd because Gotenks, like,
Go on.
outdates DeviantArt.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what he looks like. Like
It's
Gotenks,
just like before the culture even
Gotenks
existed.
has the personality too. Like he would teleport behind a motherfucker and say nothing personal, kid.
Nothing personnel, kid.
I feel like in the English dub, he probably should have.
If it was
meme
made
didn't
today,
exist
he
yet.
might, you know.
I don't care. He should have invented the meme.
You'd think it. Well, I mean, that person was trying to emulate Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
True.
Ugh, or maybe Bleach. Who knows?
I think everything is trying to I think every single piece of media created since Dragon Ball has been trying to emulate Dragon Ball.
Here's the thing I'll say about Dragon Ball to get back to the original point of
And
like
yes,
the
I do mean
increasing the level of the threat.
Mm-hmm.
I think from Dragon Ball up through Frieza, I think you're right, Ben, that it does do a good job.
Did you not like the Cell Saga?
I love the Cell Saga, but past Frieza, I think the scale of the threat.
I
It
still
never
think
really
it sticks
changes.
into
Yeah.
my keyboard.
So it does change, but there's no like, there's nothing tangible about the change because it's
Yeah.
like this guy, because with through Dragon Ball, it's like, oh, this guy is really strong, right? And for a bunch of
Dragon Ball,
guys,
that person has a gun, and that's a bigger person with a gun. and
exactly, that
one's
guy has a
robot.
gun. That guy has a big gun. Oh, this guy's a robot. He's got a gun arm,
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, okay,
And then it gets into some of the magic, which outclasses the guns, but they don't really like quantify it. And then later on, they give you power levels, which do.
well, yeah, and then it's like, oh, this guy's like a demon, and he's this strong. He can, he's super powerful, and he'll take over the world, right? He'll take
Mhm.
over
And
the
it's
world,
because it's following the actual things that were encountered in Journey to the West.
right? But that's where in Dragon Ball we top out with
Also
kind of
the
a
Russians are
fairly organic progression. We top out at gonna take over the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in Dragon Ball Z, when we get the Vegeta coming down, it's like he could destroy the world, So that's the next step, right? And then we get to Frieza, and it's like Frieza can destroy planets way easier than Vegeta. He's enslaved entire races. He has this big, army, right? So it's a clear next step up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to Cell, and it's like he's stronger than Frieza. Oh, okay.
No accomplishments, and it's a bug dude.
Yeah,
He's
I-
apparently been in the works since Dragon Ball.
Yep, he's stronger than Frieza. And then we get to like Majin Buu, and it's like, oh, he could destroy the whole universe. And it's like, I guess he hasn't done that. He ate Gohan, which sucks, but
He did eat a lot of people.
he ate a lot of people.
wasn't doing anything though. To be
Well, the
fair.
thing with Majin Buu is it was like, oh, he's powering up. He's not at his full power yet. So it was this weird like intangible kind of thing. And then also once you get to like Super and stuff, and you see these like,
The Backyardigans.
Yeah.
sure, when you get to Super and there's these characters that are like like cosmic like type of beings and stuff, and it's like, so Majin Buu probably couldn't have destroyed the universe then, right? Like they said he could, but he probably couldn't, right? Like.
Eddie, I do need you to look at the villains from Dragon Ball Super next to a picture of the Backyardigans, though.
All right. Are you gonna send it to me, or am I?
Yeah, hold up. I'll get you one.
I mean, I could Google it on my phone. I don't want to pull up stuff on my
So,
computer.
speaking of everything looking like an OC, I do have a favorite OC. Do not steal.
Is it Sonichu?
Is it yours or is it someone else?
No, it is someone else's. His name is Ruben, and I'm gonna put it in the chat
Holy shit!
so you can look at it.
Oh my! Wait, is this for real?
Yes.
No, it's not.
The first 5 villains of Dragon
It's
Ball
pretty
Super
great.
are literally the Backyardigans.
No, this is fake.
Nope.
Oh fuck.
You're fucking kidding me.
Those
This
are
is not
definitely
real.
the real backyardigans. I can tell you that.
I know those are the backyardigans.
So this is Reuben.
Really?
I know not the
I believe
context.
that every one of those villains, but the cat dies.
It's the fucking.
The only one I recognize is the cat from like clips I've seen of Super.
Yeah, it's the only one with any lasting impact.
Is this?
But
this,
yeah, that's real.
You're kidding me. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about
Who
this.
was based on whom?
Dragon Ball Super is way newer than the Backyardigans, Fred.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Backyardigans.
Do they have the backyardigans in Japan?
I don't believe so. I'm waiting for this to be fake, but it's been
know.
around for years and nobody has ever told me it is.
I've had people
I
tell
don't
me,
have time
must
to
be fake,
independently
but then
verify
give
this
me
claim
no-
right now.
you know,
So I'm gonna move forward as if it's true.
that's what I've been doing for years. Years.
So, I know not the context behind the boy I've posted. His name is Reuben.
Posted where?
He's
I
a
can't-
sandwich.
Oh, okay, here it is.
I like
Is this
him.
is this supposed to be a Pokemon? What is this?
It's an OC. It's an original character. Please don't steal.
I can't. The text is too small and low resolution. What does this say?
Open original.
I can't, dude. I'm recording a podcast.
Oh, right. Yeah. I gotta read it then, huh?
This is Goblincast.
I'll get the highlights. So Reuben,
I'll put it
nutrition
up on the
facts:
screen for the listeners.
bread, sub, ingredients, mayo, lettuce, tomato. Still has to earn his bacon.
I
Excuse
don't like
me.
that. I don't
It's
like
getting
that
better.
a little bit.
Prized possessions: father's tomato medallion, BLT crew paraphernalia.
What
Uh,
the fuck?
it's getting better. Reuben was raised all his life away from his father, who he learns is the notorious BLT gang leader.
No.
When his father is killed in a fight with the West Side Rye crew, Reuben sets out for revenge.
The fuck?
Reuben likes smoking oregano, popping caps and ryes,
Oh,
and his
everyone
girlfriend.
is smoking oregano.
Wait, he
I
likes
swear
popping
God.
caps and his girlfriend.
Popping caps and ryes, and his girlfriend. The
Yeah,
comma,
he's popping
and his
caps on the
girlfriend.
rise, and he's popping caps on his girlfriend.
So wait,
He dislikes.
sorry. I have to pause you here. So he has to earn his bacon still.
He
Does
still
that
has to earn his
imply
bacon.
that he's just a breadman, and all the ingredients are like rites of passage?
Yes.
I don't want to know any more about the world that this character fits into, but I also somehow have I need to know everything.
Well, so he dislikes happiness, the fuzz, and Lil Wayne.
Yo, me too.
I
You're
do not
the
know the
same,
context
Reuben
behind
and I.
Reuben. I simply know that it is Reuben.
He's
and
there.
He exists.
Fucking
And
fucking
from now and
fantastic.
forever, he will be my favorite OC of anyone's ever.
Can I
Alright,
tell
but
you guys the horrible thing that I did during the Dragon Ball Z conversation?
Wait,
Yes,
but-
please.
Did you look it up?
Wait, 1 second.
I did
but
spill some pixie sticks into my keyboard.
But why
Oh
is
my
his
God.
name Reuben if he's a BLT?
That's a good question.
Mm.
Like
have
they're
no
not
idea. I
even
don't know.
similar sandwiches. And isn't
do not
wait
know.
a second, isn't a Reuben sandwich on rye bread?
It is.
Oh, we're unlocking a very big conspiracy here.
Wait, do you
I
think
mean,
his
Reuben was
mom is
raised
part of
away
the
from
rye bread gang?
Maybe
A
that's why his
Romeo
dad got
and
killed.
He was raised away from his father, though I wonder if maybe secretly his father wasn't a BLT.
Oh, do you think
Oh,
maybe
man.
his father was a rye guy, but he was a traitor, and then he rose through the ranks of the BLT gang?
Oh.
Could be. Could be.
Oh, now it's getting even fresher. And that's why he doesn't have bacon, but his mom doesn't know how to explain it to him.
Yeah. And she told him, oh, you gotta earn your bacon. But
She
really,
just stuffed him full of some fucking cheap vegetables
damn.
in the hopes that he'd stop asking questions.
Alright, so I'm gonna change the subject so we don't have to talk about Reuben anymore. Is everyone cool
Okay.
with that?
It's just getting good, though.
It wasn't, but thank you.
You're right. You're so right.
Ben,
I've
were you going to
unfortunately
say
found-
something?
I've
I
unfortunately
freaking
found
knew.
that the Backyardigans image is fake.
No.
Oh.
Ow.
I thought it had to be. Let me tell you why I thought that.
But
Because
it
of
has
the
been years
because of the
since
pink
that
one.
happened, and not a single person has ever pointed out that it's not real.
the pink character is why I was like, this can't be real, because she has the same kind of like spotting on her skin as the Backyardigans character, and I was like, that's like, because the other ones, it's like, like you could be like, yeah, I'll do a hippo, and he'll be yellow, and it's like, yeah, I guess the Backyardigans has a yellow hippo, but it's like, that's where the similarity ends,
Mm-hmm.
I look at this and I'm like, who did this and why? Why?
They brought such joy into the world,
And it's just been snuffed
only for
out.
it to be dashed.
I mean, saw Beerus get announced, like the design get announced, and just thought immediately.
That looks like one of the Backyardigans.
Immediately, he looks like one of the Backyardigans. Let me make the rest. Like what? Like what motherfucker is so into? Like what parent of young children is so into the Backyardigans that they
That they
immediately
pulled this prank on the internet?
immediately went, oh, fucking Beerus looks just like Austin from the Backyardigans.
I'm sorry,
Let
you know
me
the
draw
Backyardigans'
everybody
names?
else's Backyardigans.
Evie, real quick. Evie, you know the Backyardigans' names? Evie, you watched enough Backyardigans to know their names? Evie, the Backyardigans didn't premiere until we were like 15.
No, it did not.
Evie?
Okay,
Evie? Evie?
the Backyardigans were 9 years old. 9 years old. That was prime Backyardigans. You shut the fuck up
Evie,
and
the
you leave
Backyardigans is designed
Nico
for
and
4-year-olds.
Pablo and Tyler and Sasha and Austin alone.
Evie, you know every Backyardigan's name?
Here's the worst part, is that Evie could be making these names up and we would have no idea.
That is true, yes, but she's not.
How
She
do
wouldn't
you
make
know
that joke.
How do you know that I'm not? How much Backyardigans have you watched that
Less
you
than you, I guess.
Ben, yeah, do you know the Backyardigans lore?
I do not.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I do. And it was a good show.
Here's the thing, I did really like the whole run of the Backyardigans. I thought the final arc moved a bit too quickly. I mean, it was like a 3-episode arc where they, like confront Azathoth, and I just thought that was a little quick.
Yeah, I mean, the twist at the end where Austin stabs Sasha in the soul, though, that was pretty good.
Yeah, well,
To get the season done.
the thing about that twist,
It was too much.
I agree, Evie, but the thing about that twist that I really liked was that the soul sword was from very early on in the show, and it kind of been forgotten about. So it was a
real Chekhov's gun situation.
You think that he's killed her physical body, and then when it
gonna be of any use anymore.
Yeah, I mean they previewed it in like the intro in the theme song.
Man, it's really too bad that the title of that episode was Austin stabs Sasha with the soul sword.
Yeah, really.
I mean, but the thing about that is that if you didn't have digital cable at the time,
you didn't know the title of the episode. Yeah,
they say it at the start of every episode.
No, they don't say it till the end credits.
I'm making a joke about Inuyasha dies.
Yup.
All the Inuyasha titles that are like, this person will never have any problems in life, and then the title screen shows up and it's like, character dies. It's like, thanks? It hasn't happened yet.
Like, it's really just 3 characters.
With the upbeat music and the Comic Sans.
There's 3 kanji on the screen. It's main, character, death, and that's your flag for the episode.
So I do, speaking of character death,
oh boy.
I do have some very unfortunate and extremely old news.
For a second there.
The famed magnetic boy is probably just very sticky.
What?
What?
The
The
famed
what?
magnetic boy is probably just very sticky.
Is this
What are
Schuylkill
you
County
fucking
news
talking
again? What are you
about?
talking about?
This... No, I wish,
What in the
but
world
no.
is the famed
laughing. What the
magnetic boy?
I was looking for like interesting news articles to bring up in case we needed something to bring up during this recording. And I stumbled across an article from 2011.
Okay.
Okay.
And the title is famed magnetic boy is probably just very sticky.
Is this a fucking New York Post article? What the hell is
It's from
this?
Live Science.
Chris, I'm gonna need
Oh,
you to start
shit.
reading this article to me right
Is
now.
there a
Nope.
boy in the scientific community that is famed for being magnetic who's just kind of sticky?
A 7-year-old Serbian boy named Bogdan is attracting media attention for his apparent ability to attract other things, such as silverware, remote controls, plates, and even a large frying pan.
No.
Evie, before
Blah,
before
blah,
we,
blah.
before we continue on, Evie, cycle your internet.
Dang it.
Hey, we've
I think
made
she was
it
just
nearly
peeking.
to the end of the episode without that happening.
Oh God,
Yeah.
we did. We've introduced the episode like 18 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, there's something in
Once
there.
more with
8
feeling.
episodes rolled into one.
Evie, are you good to go with the cycle?
Who knows?
Did you cycle?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
That
Chris,
doesn't mean a
continue.
word.
So, large frying pan. The object seemed to miraculously stick to the boy's skin. Bogdan's family claims he's magnetic, and an MSNBC reporter who filmed him in action says it's true.
None of those things are magnetic. If anything, they should have been claiming that the boy is is telekinetic.
A very localized black
Yep.
hole.
What the fuck?
That would be a far more reasonable explanation for I can summon a dinner plate. That's not magnetism, you dumbasses.
You don't,
Maybe
wait,
all the
Evie, you don't know
magnets
what
are
the
made
dinner
of
plate
steel.
is made out of.
The remote control,
Batteries.
So-
The
Not
dinner
mag-
plate is not made out of
not
a remote
magnetic.
control, Evie.
silverware,
If they're made of steel,
but they're not.
they could be. What?
I-
How do you know?
Yeah, do you live in Serbia, Evie?
How
Are you friends
fucking
with Bogdan, the
common.
magnetic boy?
The possibly sticky
Is he on
boy?
the Backyardigans?
He's actually not.
Is he the secret sixth Backyardigan?
Well, actually, Bogdan does appear in episode 232 of the Backyardigans.
Oh right, Bogdan the magnetic boy, episode 232.
Yeah.
God, fuck me.
He's the one who brought the soul sword. How did I forget this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was actually, he didn't even mean to bring it. It got stuck to his back.
Yep.
He didn't even know it was there.
God.
Why is the soul sword magnetic?
made
It's
out of steel.
not. And none of the other shit that he sucked into him was fucking magnetic either. I'm so angry about this fake news story. It's not even real. I'm so mad about it.
I recently rewatched the 3 Rush Hour films. Have you all seen the Rush Hour trilogy with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker?
Yeah.
I've only seen the first one.
Okay,
I
Ben,
have
you've
not.
seen it. Jenica, you haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Chris? Chris fall asleep?
No, I'm good. I'm here. I'm sorry. I had my mic muted because I was,
Jerking off.
well,
Chris,
God, I
it's
hope
November.
November.
no, I was not.
He's
Um,
He's quitting. No, not November.
Chris, have
no,
you seen
that
the
was-
Rush
that
Hour
was 3 nights
trilogy?
ago. No,
Really?
I did not hear of this trailer or watch this trailer. No.
No,
trilogy.
The trilogy.
Trilogy?
It's 3
Rush Hour
films.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh, Rush Hour. Jesus Christ.
Starring
I'm
Jackie
sorry.
Chan.
I
and
dropped
Chris
I
Tucker.
dropped some shit and I was picking it up off the floor, so I was
Uh-huh.
tangentially listening.
Okay.
It was
Alright.
the
So, Chris,
tissues
have you seen
and
the Rush Hour
lotion
films?
and the
I have seen. Actually, I think I have seen all 3 of them.
Okay. So I
I don't remember them
recently-
because I was young, but
I
I
recently
have seen them.
rewatched the Rush Hour films.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They're really
Did you like
good.
them?
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
really funny.
Which was the one where they ripped off Who's on First?
That's Rush Hour
That's such a good joke.
2.
Yeah,
anytime
most of
anybody
the
rips
good
off
jokes are
who's
in Rush Hour
on
2.
first.
Oh
I
wait,
think
no,
that
wait,
it's
wait.
fun.
That no, I think that's Rush Hour 3. No, 2. It's 2.
No, that's Rush Hour 2 in the massage parlor, right?
No, it's not the massage parlor. It's Rush Hour 3, I think. Yeah, it's Rush Hour 3 because it's in like the dojo, and the one guy's name is you, and the other guy's name is me. It's a really funny bit.
You.
Yeah.
It's because it's who's on first, and who's on first is gold no matter how many times you hear it.
That's true.
I've watched all of those movies through, but the only thing I really remember about them is the Rush Hour 2 bloopers during the credits.
Dude, they're
Oh
so
my
funny.
God.
They do,
Just
they do
because
like
of
That's
the
all I've
fish.
seen of Rush Hour 2.
they do the Smokey and the Bandit thing where they play the bloopers over the credits. It's very good because there's a lot of good bloopers because there's a good variety because it's, you know, like an action comedy movie. So you have a lot of bloopers of Jackie Chan like failing stunts and falling down on his butt, which is funny. And then you have bloopers of them like flubbing lines or making jokes or Jackie Chan failing to speak English. But there's actually, in Rush Hour 1, there's like a couple of bloopers of Jackie Chan flubbing this same English line like a few times over and over again, right? You know, and Chris Tucker and the crew like are, you know, it's funnier every time he messes it up. And then in Rush Hour 2, there's a blooper of Chris Tucker failing to say a line in Chinese a bunch of times over and over again, and Jackie Chan has this huge grin on his face, like there's so much joy, and he's like, see, it's not that easy, huh?
There's also the Rush Hour 2 blooper where somebody calls Chris Tucker, who hasn't turned off his cell phone during filming.
Oh my
ask him to
God.
speak to Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And Jackie Chan's like, what are you doing? He's working right now.
Jackie Chan gets on the phone and he's like, we're filming. You can't be calling right now.
So let me
And
tell
also
you.
Chris Tucker failing to say gefilte fish for like 3 straight
Oh
minutes.
my fucking God.
So here's what I've learned from this conversation is that we as a group, we need to have a Rush Hour movie marathon sometime soon.
Please.
But let me talk about these movies briefly. So the first thing I want to say is that this may be a surprise given that I just said the films are good. They're all directed by Brett Ratner of X-Men 3 The Last Stand fame.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
Brett Ratner.
I do like
I
X-Men.
think it would be Brett Ratner of Rush Hour fame.
Um,
Directed X-Men 3 The Last
Well,
Stand.
most people know him as the director of X-Men 3 The Last Stand because it's, you know, famously terrible and kind
So
of
bad.
killed his career. You know, I mean, he directed stuff after that. Like, I'm pretty sure Rush Hour 3 came out the next year. But, like,
that's just it. Is he the whole time he was doing, you know, X3, he was just thinking, man, I really wish I was doing Rush Hour 3 right now.
Yep. He also directed Tower Heist and Movie 43. The 2014 Hercules starring The Rock.
Movie 43 is a shit show of biblical proportions.
I kind of love Movie 43.
I love it because
And
it's
I-
such a fucking
I
mess.
can't get into that right now, but I kind of love Movie 43. Yeah, there's a Hercules film starring The Rock. It's really bad. So
I didn't even know it existed.
But the thing is, if you're watching Rush Hour, you would not think this is a Brett Ratner film. And then you get to Rush Hour 3. And there's just a couple of scenes where you're like, oh, okay, there he is. Found him. Like, there's just a couple of scenes in Rush Hour 3 that are like, this is weird. What's going on here?
To be fair, there's a lot of things in Rush Hour 1 and 2 where Jackie Chan was actually the director.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's a whole scene in Rush Hour 1 or 2, I don't know which, where they are fighting over a gun, and there's one gun in the entire room.
Mm-hmm.
And the original direction for the scene was that somebody was supposed to pull out the gun and then throw it away and do the whole action scene. And Jackie Chan said, that's really stupid. There's a gun there. Every person in the room would be fighting over the gun.
Oh, I think I know what you're
so
talking
he
about. And Jackie
choreographed
Chan
the
ends up like
entire-
wrapping it up in a rug and like tossing it. Like yeah.
And he re-choreographed that entire scene when they were supposed to shoot it because he said, that's stupid. That's not how action works.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Jackie Chan is amazing.
Yes.
And a lot of the action scenes in the Rush Hour films are really good because they're all choreographed by Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
And
he's amazing at
he
physical
pulls off
comedy.
some really good stunts, and yeah, his physical comedy is super good as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just
I really think the Rush Hour films are good. 3, I like 3, and one of my favorite jokes of the whole trilogy is in 3, but it's definitely a slight dip in quality from 1 and 2. But like, so for example, in Rush Hour 3, there's a scene where Roman Polanski, um, first of all, is in the film at all, which is weird.
yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, I had a weird thing in my throat.
Just spit out the frog and move on.
Yeah. So, where
It's really actually inhumane to keep the frog in there this long.
there's a scene where Roman Polanski gives them like a cavity search at an airport.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
yeah, the joke doesn't really land, and it's just kind of weird. Yeah, and then there's another
Well, how
scene.
can you land if the plane never even took off?
Exactly. Well, this is after the plane landed, actually. And then there's
You know-
another scene in
Customs
Rush
got it.
Hour 3 where they go. There's a person that they're looking for, and she is in like a burlesque show type of thing, right? And so they go backstage, right? Because they're trying to find her before the show starts. And you know, like Chris Tucker accidentally goes into like the wrong room, and it's like the actress dressing room, and they're like, oh shit, some dude just came in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't want them to be like, security, right? So he pretends to be like the new costume designer, and he puts on a fake French accent and stuff, right? And you're like, okay, yeah, that's kind of funny, right? But then it gets a little weird. Because like they ask him like, oh well, how do the costumes look, right? And he's like, horrible, right? Everyone, we're gonna have to get naked and get new costumes. And it's like, whoa, hold on a second. This is moving into some territory that I'm not entirely comfortable with. And again, I'd be a little more comfortable with it if it were funnier, but it isn't.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm like, yeah, joke about whatever as long as it's funny, but like it's not funny, so it's just kind of creepy and weird. And it's just makes you a little uncomfortable. Not a lot uncomfortable. Doesn't ruin the movie, but it's just a little Brett Ratnery is the thing. But besides those couple of weird scenes in Rush Hour 3, I would definitely highly recommend the Rush Hour trilogy. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed watching the films, because like I knew I had liked them, when I was younger and I saw
As
them.
a child, yeah, because it's a bunch of people getting hit and saying funny things.
Yeah, I knew I had liked them when I was younger, and recently I was like, yeah, I should rewatch the Rush Hour movies. I hope they're not bad, and boy, I was pleasantly surprised. They're very fun films.
Rush Hour, all three of them are some of the films that my father will turn on anytime he sees on cable.
Yeah, they're
The problem with that is that it's not exactly a glowing endorsement, sorry, Dad, because one of the other films is Con Air.
dude, Con Air's
Hey,
amazing.
hey.
Um,
Con Air is so fucking good.
no, it's not. But also,
Yes, it is.
the reason that he always turns
It's
Con
so
Air
funny.
on is because one of the last scenes in that movie is an airplane going into the front of a casino.
And he hates airplanes and casinos, so it's like
He was in Las Vegas when they filmed that scene.
Oh,
and
shit.
he saw them filming that scene and was very confused why there was an airplane in the front of that casino, because they
funny.
did that for real.
Oh.
That wasn't the set. That was the front of a real casino that they had to demolish to shove an airplane into. They were demolishing the
Okay.
front anyway, and that's why they could do it.
So it was just good
but
timing.
they just put an airplane in it.
That's pretty
Okay.
fresh.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so he was so impressed that he saw the filming of that scene at the end of Con Air that
And now
to
he'll
this
put
day,
Con Air on whenever it's
he will always watch Con Air until the end, which is usually only 20 minutes from when he catches it on TV, because that's how TV movies work.
Yeah.
He will always turn to Con Air, and he will watch the end of Con Air, and he will also do it to Armageddon.
All right. for the same reason, or
No, we didn't see the end of Armageddon. He wasn't in space when they filmed the end of Armageddon by actually putting Bruce Willis on that comet.
The amazing thing is that Bruce Willis made it back somehow.
oh my
yeah,
god,
he died there, and he's just. Oh, right. Sorry. The Sixth
Well,
Sense.
that's why he was dead. I was gonna say that's why he was.
Yeah, that's why he was dead the whole time.
Sense.
They did not. Those movies were not filmed in that order.
You could have gone with Unbreakable. Turns out Bruce Willis is invincible except for water. Luckily, there was no water on the rocket.
On that one comet, yeah.
Yeah.
But there was when he was training to drill it in the scenes
Seawater
in
on a
Armageddon.
rocket.
But
Or
that's
else
it's
the
just
rocket
that's
doesn't
an
work.
insight into my home life.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
It's the movies that always get turned on when they're on cable is
Con Air,
Rush Hour 1
Armageddon,
and 2,
and Rush
because Rush Hour
Hour
3 hadn't come out for a while. Con Air and Armageddon.
Wow.
Your dad's got great taste.
I agree.
My father has the same taste as the main character in Homestuck somehow. This was before the webcomic even happened.
Oh fuck.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats,
Woof.
Ugh, Chris.
Friends and enemies.
frenemies.
Especially the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Any
I
lifelong
say?
rivals that
Keep
happen
your
to listen to our
friends
podcast.
close. And
My sea anemone
keep your
enemy.
enemies
My
on a
sea
big comet
anemone
in
enemies.
space.
My enemy
With Bruce
anemones.
Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis is my
Enemy.
enemy.
My anemones.
I fucking love that song.
Which song?
Unironically.
Oh my fucking
What
god.
song?
Anemone, an enemy, anemone.
Enemy.
And
Okay.
Nemo and another me. An
Eddie, would you
enemy,
like to play us
anemone,
out?
anatomy.
That's it.
I-
At the episode.
Half
All
a
right,
second
that
away
is-
from being like, are you
That's gonna
going
do
or
it
not?
for us this episode. I want to thank you, dear listeners, for listening to this week's episode of Goblincast Live on the Air.
Mm.
Want to give a special shout out to our super fan Phil Collins. You can find us on Twitter at The Goblincast, and you can check out more episodes wherever you find podcasts. We also upload a video version to YouTube with lots of visual aids and such. Sometimes there's a
Eventually,
little
I
hidden
will
jokes in
caption
there
them.
that I add. So that could be fun if you're very bored and have an hour to kill. So make sure to follow us on the social media and share our content with your friends and family so we can continue to grow our goblin horde and bringing you that sweet, delicious nectar of content.
Don't make it weird.
You know what they say in Milwaukee.
Definitely made it
Oh
weird.
damn! I think we nailed it.